Alright, good morning and welcome to Maths Atoka online class. In today's video, we'll be solving some questions, likely exam questions on coordinate geometry and calculus. That is math. Some call it math 102, while some call it math 112. Okay, so the first question we're going to solve said, number 1. They said let f of x be equal to 3x plus 12, okay, comma, g of x is equal to 3x minus 3, comma, h of x is equal to x plus 1, okay. Then I say find h of f of h of g of h of g of h of 1. Okay, you have to count it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and cross check if your own is up to 9 as well. Okay, if it is 10 there, no matter the number, just count it and cross check if they are the same. So solution, you start now. You start from here. The first thing we look for is h of 1. We'll keep moving. So the first thing we're looking for is h of 1. H of 1 means anywhere you see x, where you see the h of x. Okay, h of x is x plus 1. So h of 1 should be 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, I've done the first one. So the second one is now h of this last answer you got here. So h of 2. So h of 2 is what? You come to h again. So you say what? 2 plus 1, which is what? 3. So the next thing we are going is what? G. So it will now be g of this last answer, which is g of 3. Okay. So g of 3, we go to g. G of 3 should now be 3 in bracket of that 3. Anywhere you see x, you put that 3. Okay. Then minus 3. So you now have what? 3 times 3, 9. 9 minus 3 will give you 6. Okay. So we have done g. We'll go back to h again. h of this last answer, that is h of 6. h of 6, you go to h again. That is 6 plus 1, which is what? 7. So you go back to g. This is 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. So the fifth one is g. G of the last answer, 7. G of 7 will give you, look at g here. I say 3 in bracket of 7, then minus 3. 3 times 7 is 21. 21 minus 3 will give you 18. So we go to h again. H of 18. Okay. This is 1 2 3 4 5 6. We are in the sixth one. H of 18 is what? Go to h. 18 plus 1, which is what? 19. So the next thing we'll go to is f. Okay, the seventh one, 7 8 9. So f now. F of 19. F19 will give you, go to f now. We have what? 3 in bracket of 19, then plus 12. So what do you have? 3 times 19, then plus 12. I have 69. So the next one is h now. H of 69 will give you what? 69 plus 1, which is what? 70. So finally, h of 70 will give you what? 70 plus 1, which is what? 71. So the option is, okay, I didn't write the option. So the answer is 71. And since 71 is not in the option, you take E. So E is your answer because it is not in the option. So question number 2. Permit me to write it here. Question number 2. I will now be writing the option. Question number 2 said that if this dot here is the greatest integer function, then we now have that minus 3.06 plus 18.3 minus 8 all over 15.01 plus minus 6.999. You close like this, okay? Then I say option A gave me 3, option B 4, option C 2, option D 3, sorry 6, then option E it says 7. Okay, solution. This is a very simple something. In integer function, okay, greatest integer function. Now, from the word greatest, okay, from the word greatest, we just don't take the greater one, take the one that is less. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If you look at this now, we'll have that that in fact, okay, we have that minus 3. If you look at this cannot be approximated. See, this cannot be approximated. Okay, so you have that, and you know that they say that it is integer, and integer means whole number. So the whole number we are picking here is what? From minus 3, minus 4 is less than x, which is less than what? Which is less than minus 3. Now look at this. What do I mean by that? If it is minus, you know that in minus, the number that looks bigger means the smaller one. Okay, so in between 3 points, the two whole numbers that are in between 3.06 is 3 and 4. Is it not true? So the whole numbers between minus 3.0 is minus 4 and minus 3, and we always take the left hand side or the smaller one. Okay, so the smaller one is this. Minus 4 is smaller than minus 3, so that is why we are taking minus 4. Okay, you know, in negative, the one that looks bigger is the smaller one. Okay, so you put this one. I'm solving the inside first. This one gave us minus 4 plus. Now this one is 18. The two whole numbers between 18.3 is what? 18 and 19, and 18 is smaller than 19, so we are taking the 18. So we are taking 18, then minus. This one is simply minus 8. Okay, this one is simply minus 8 because there is no approximation. It's just an integer, so it's simply minus 8 and minus 8. So I'm taking minus 8, minus 8. Okay, then we close all over. This one is 15 points, so the in between them is what? Is 15 and 16. So I'm taking 15 plus. This one is what? In between this one is in between minus 7 and minus 6, and minus 7 is smaller, so I'm taking minus 7. So if you do that, you are going to have point your calculator to have minus 4 plus 18 plus 8. So I'm having 22. Okay, so I'm having what? 22 all over 15 minus 7, because plus minus is minus, so I'm having 8. So if you divide 22 divided by 8, I'm going to have don't forget I still have this. I'm going to have 2.75. Now in between this, look at, there is still integer function here. So in between 2.75 is in between 2 and 3. So, and the smaller one is 2. So my answer here is 2. Option C is correct. Okay, option C is correct. So let's go to the next question. So the next question, question number 3. Question number 3 said identify where is it? The even function. Identify the even function from A, 4x squared plus 2x raised power minus 4 plus 6x. B said 4x raised power 3 plus 2x raised power 2 plus 3. C, I have 3x plus 4. D, I have 3x raised power minus 6 plus 5. Then E, I have x plus 2. Now solution. Now even function is a function whereby you have that what? that f of minus x is the same thing as f of x. Okay, but in fact f of x is the same thing as f of minus x. That is, this is for even function. Even function. Now for odd function say that f of minus x will give you minus f of x. Okay, but in short form for even function, I don't think there is short form for odd function. Me, I don't know, but you have to check it if it is odd. But if it is even, the shortcut I noticed is that what? That all the powers of x must be even. All the powers of x must be even. If you look at this, this is even, and this one is odd. So this one is not an even function. And that does not mean that it is an odd function, please. Something that is not an even function may not be odd function. Okay, if it is not even, you say not even. Don't say that, don't conclude that it is odd. Just go straight and tell them that it is not even. So look at this one. 3, or this is an odd number, it will not work. This one is 1, the power here is 1, it will not work. This is minus 6, the only x here, the even number here is minus 6, so the answer here is D. But let us check it. Don't conclude until you check it. Don't forget that this one I said is for odd function. So don't conclude until you check it. So let's say that our f of x is equal to this thing, 3x raised to the minus 6 plus what? 5. So let us now check f of minus x. It means anywhere we see x, we'll put minus x in it. So this is what? This is 3 in bracket of, instead of putting x, I'll say minus x, then raised to minus 6, then plus what? 5. So if you look at this, minus raised to even number, the minus will disappear. So I'm still having 3x raised to minus 6, then plus what? 5. You see, this one is the same thing as that f of x. So you see that f of minus x is equal to f of x. So therefore, D is a correct answer. So it's an even function. It's very, very simple. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Question number what? Question number 4. Question number 4 said the limit as x approaches 3 of x raised to the power 4 minus 18 all over x minus 3. Okay, is, say option A, I have 0. Option B, I have 2. Sorry. Option B, I have infinity. Option C, I have indeterminate. Okay. Option D, I have 60. Option E, I have 72. Solution. Now, in limit of a function, the only thing you do is just to substitute. Very simple. So I have that the lim as x approaches 3 of x raised to the power 4 minus 18 all over x minus 3. Now it means just to substitute. So if you substitute, you are going to have that this is equal to, anywhere you see x, put 3. So I say 3 raised to the power 4 minus 8. Sorry, it's not 18 but 81. It's a mistake. 81 all over what? 3 minus 3. Now if you look at this, this is 81 minus 81 divided by 3 minus 3, which is what? 0 over 0. Now anytime you have 0 over 0, please, what do? You now use L'Hopital's theorem. If you have 0 over 0, anytime you get 0 over 0, apply what is called L'Hopital's theorem. Okay, or you can even decide to factorize this man here. You can decide to factorize this man here. But since you don't want to factorize, okay, I'm going to solve it in 2 ways. But the easiest way is this L'Hopital's rule, which says that what? You now use it. You now say using L'Hopital's rule, we have that what? We have that the lim as x approaches 3 of x raised to the power 4 minus 81 all over what? X minus 3. This one says just differentiate. If we differentiate, we are going to have the lim of as x approaches 3 of differentiation of x raised to the power 4 is 4 x raised to the power 3. Then differentiation of a constant is 0. So that one is gone. All over. The differentiation of this is 1. So I am left with just the lim as x approaches 3 of 4 x raised to the power 3. So you can now substitute, which is what? 4 in bracket of 3 raised to the power 3, which is what? 4 times 27. So what do you have? Please don't forget that in the differentiation, you are differentiating everybody. like you are differentiating each term. You are not differentiating. You know that this thing normally, if differentiation is quotient rule, because we are having fraction, but we don't do that in L'Hopital's rule. We're just differentiating each term. Differentiate this one, differentiate this one, differentiate this one, differentiate this one. So we're differentiating everybody one after the other. So if you have not watched my video on differentiation, please do that. 27 times 4. So I'm having 108. 108 is the correct option. Okay, 108 is the correct option. So the next question, so the answer is not there. So since the answer is not there, option F. Okay, I made mistake in the other one. Since if the answer is not there, I think they said it's option F. Okay, so now alternatively, if you don't want to solve it using L'Hopital's rule, let me show you another way you can solve it. Another way you can solve it is by factorization. If any of them is factorizable, you can just factorize. But if it is not, this is the only option to use. So I have that the lim as x approaches 3 of x raised to power 4 minus 81 all over x minus 3. Now if you look at the one at the numerator, you see that this is difference of two squares. What do I mean by that? Now this is x raised to power 4 minus 81 is the same thing as saying x raised to power 2 all squared, then minus 9 squared. So this is difference of two things that are squared. So if you now have that, it will now be x squared minus 9 and x squared plus 9. Okay, that is difference of two squared. So if you now look at the other one, if you now look at this one, you see that this one is equally difference of two squared, because I can have that this thing is what? X raised to power 2 minus 3 raised to power 2, then in bracket of x squared plus 9. Okay, so this one now mean x minus 3 and x plus 3. Now put your x squared plus 9. So let us now put it there. If we put it there, that this thing means that the lim as x approaches 3 of instead of writing the one above, now I'm going to write x minus 3, x plus 3, and x squared plus 9. Okay, all over x minus 3. Now if you look at this can take care of this. So I'm now left with what? The lim of what? X, the lim as x approaches 3, okay, of x plus 3 and x squared plus 9. So I can now substitute to have what? 3 plus 3 in bracket of what? 3 squared plus 9. So what do I have? 3 plus 3 is 6 in bracket of 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. So 6 times 18 will still give you 108 as the correct answer. Okay, so the next question, that is question number 5. Question number 5 said the intersection of minus 3, 2 and 2, 10 is the first option A said empty set, option B 2, option C set of 2 like this, option D said minus 3, 10, option E said 2, 2. Okay, solution. Now in this thing, it is preferable if you can draw it. It's preferable if you can draw it. What do I mean by that? Look at this. You can draw your number line. This is my 0. So, and what I'm looking for, you draw the first one, minus 3 and 2. So let me say that here is minus 3. This side is 2. While this side is 10. I've put in all these values. Now, from minus 3 to 2 is you put this type of bracket, a closed bracket, because it is closed. Then here is what? An open bracket 2. This one is for the first one. Now for the second one is what? From 2 now to what? To 10. You see, there is nothing in common between them. if you look at this and this, they don't have anything in common. I didn't mean they have something in common. This one might have started somewhere here so that we see that they have anything in common. So they don't have anything in common. In fact, -3 and 2 means that it started, anything that started from -3 but end close to 2 but not 2. Because open sets means that it did not reach here but it approaches the 2, but it can never get to 2. Why this one now started from 2 and then got to somewhere 9 point something that is close to 10 but not 10. So this one did not even get to 2. Why this one started from 2? So they don't have anything in common. So the answer is option A, empty set. Empty set is option A. Okay, they don't have anything in common. So question number 6. Question number 6 said they said the function f defined by f of x is equal to 4x plus 20 all over 3x squared plus 4x plus 1, okay, is not continuous everywhere. Okay, sorry, is continuous everywhere. Is continuous everywhere except. Okay, now for something not to be continuous, the only thing that makes something not to be continuous is when the denominator is 0. Okay, anything at all divided by 0 is what? Is undefined, so it cannot continue. So whenever you are given an equation and they say that it is continuous everywhere except means find the point where it is not continuous. Okay, so the first thing you do is what? The only thing that will make it not continuous is whenever this denominator is 0. So you say that what? For it not to be continuous, you are going to have that 3x squared plus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so if you factorize, normal factorization, I'm going to have 3x squared. If you have not watched my video on factorization, please do that. 3x squared plus 3x plus x plus 1 is 0. So I'm having 3x in bracket of x plus 1 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. So I'm having a plus 1 here. So this is 3x plus 1 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. So if you do this, I'm going to have that 3x plus 1 is 0 or x plus 1 is 0. So this is x is equal to minus 1 over 3 or minus 1. So this function is continuous everywhere except in minus 1 over 3 and minus 3. Okay, so you tell them that the function f of x, or you tell them just f of x is continuous or discontinuous. Okay, they can tell you find the discontinuity of this. You said that means not continuous or is continuous everywhere except. So you say that f of x is continuous. You use the same statement they use. Continuous everywhere except these 2 points. Put it in set, except minus 1 over 3 and minus 1, like this. Okay, so these are the only 2 places where they are not continuous. So the answer there is option C. Option C is correct. Okay, so another thing they can ask you is find the point where this thing is continuous. Okay, now you cannot find the point where it is continuous. Okay, what do? You find where it is not continuous. Then you now say that what? I'm done with this. I'm just trying to tell you if they ask you the continuous point. Okay, at what point is this function continuous? Now, since we have found the point where it is not continuous, we now say that what? This function is continuous in where all real number minus the only problem we have, and the only problem we have is just minus 1 over 3 comma minus 1. So if you remove these 2 things now, these 2 numbers from every real number, it is now continuous everywhere. You get the point now. So if they ask you where it is continuous, you now tell them that all real number minus that point, it is not continuous. It's as good as when they give you beans that has stone inside and say you should bring out the beans, you know that the beans is bigger than the stone. So what do? You sieve out the stone, then the beans is there for you. So since the only point, the problem we can, where it is continuous is too much, but we discover that where it is not continuous is very small. So what do? If we can find where it is not continuous, we now remove it from the general, both where it is continuous and not, which is the real number. Once you remove it from the real number, the remaining one is now where it is continuous. So that is that. So question number 7. Question number 7. Question number 7 said, let y of x be equal to ln 2x. Then say, then the 5y over dy dx5 is dash. Okay, let me write the option. Option A said minus 6 over s is power 4. Option B said 6 over s is power 5. Option C said 24 over s is power 5. Option D said minus 24 over s is power 5. Is that what they gave there? Let me check. Question number 7. Okay. So option E said 24 s is power 5. Okay, solution. Now in this one I have that y of x is equal to what? Ln 2x. Now dy dx means, now we know that the differentiation of ln x is what? 1 over x, but since 2 is attached to it, so we have to differentiate the bracket before we differentiate everything. So if you differentiate 2x, you're going to have 2 times differentiation of ln something is 1 over that same thing. So if 2 can cancel 2, I'm still getting back my 1 over x. And 1 over s is same as saying x raised power minus 1. I hope you know. Now the next one is the squared y over the x squared. They say we should differentiate it 5 times. So I've done the first one. I'm now in the second one. The second one, differentiation of something that has power means multiply by the power and remove 1 from the power. So I'm going to say minus 1 times x raised power minus 1 minus 1. I have multiplied by that minus 1 and I've subtracted another minus 1. So I'm going to have minus 1 or minus x raised to power minus 2. There's nothing like minus 1 x raised power. So you just say minus x raised power minus 2. Now the third one, the squared y over the x, or the cube y over the x cube is equal to what? Multiply by the power again, remove 1 from the power. That is minus 2 times minus x raised power minus 2 minus 1, which is minus minus is plus. So I'm going to have 2x raised power what? Minus 3. So the next one, the 4y over the x4, okay, is what? Multiply by the power again, remove 1 from the power. Minus 3 times 2x raised power minus 3 minus 1, which will give you what? Minus 6x raised power minus 4. So finally, the last one, the fifth y over the x5, which is what? Multiply by the power minus 4 times minus 6x raised power minus 4 minus 1, which will give you what? 24 x raised power minus 5. And 24 x raised power minus 5 is then saying 24 over x raised power minus 5. Okay, because in indices, to remove minus, the x will come down. So the answer is C. Option C is very, very correct. All right. So we move to the next question, and the next question here said, that is question number 8. Question number 8 said that if y of x is equal to 3x plus 1 and 2x plus 1, then I say then dy dx is equal to dash. Okay, solution. I don't want to write the option, but let me just solve it and then tell you the right option. I don't have time for writing the option. Now I have that y of x is equal to what? 3x plus 1 in bracket of 2x plus 1. Now this is product rule, because this is multiplying, this is product rule. But if you cannot remember product rule, you can decide to clear the bracket. After clearing the bracket, you differentiate. But I want to use product rule. Please, the shortcut for product rule said leave the first one, differentiate the second one, plus leave the second one, differentiate the first one. So let's say it together. Leave the first one, differentiate the second one, plus leave the second one, differentiate the first one. So let us do it. So dy dx is equal to what? Leave the first one, you write it down, 3x plus 1. I've left it. Differentiate the second one. Differentiation of 2x is 2 and differentiation of 1 is 0. It's gone. Plus, now leave the second one, which is 2x plus 1. Then differentiate the first one. Differentiation of 3x is just 3 and differentiation of 1 is 0. 1 is a constant. So clear the bracket. Now you have this time, this is what? 6x plus 2 plus 6x plus 3. So I'm having 6 plus 6, 12x plus 5. As simple as that. Okay? Or use your normal formula. Okay? You can watch my video on differentiation to see the formula for this. I decided to use the shortcut because it has option. So option what is the correct answer? You can check your own. Option whatever is the correct answer. So the next question, question number 9, said the integral of lane x, the x, okay, is dash. Solution. Now, after solving this integral of lane x, I will advise you to just carry it in your head, okay, because it's the same answer everywhere. Now, where you will make mistake is that in the option you will see that one of the options will give you 1 over x. Then you now choose that the integral of lane x is 1 over x. Is very, very wrong. Is the differentiation of lane x is the 1 over x. Then the integration of 1 over x is what is giving us lane x. Not the integration of lane x giving us this one. No. If you differentiate this one, you get this one. If you integrate this one now, you get back this one. You understand? So don't go and choose 1 over x. 1 over x is wrong. So what we're going to apply here is what we call integration by parts. So go and watch my video on integration by parts. You understand this. Now, let's have this is the integral of, let me say that this is 1 times lane x, then the x. Okay, because 1 times anything is the same thing. Now, the way we have product rule for differentiation is where we have integration by parts for integration. Whenever you have the product of two things in integration, it means integration by parts. So what do? You say that you apply what we call ladies like pets. Sorry, ladies like pets. L pets. Ladies like pets. We like petting the ladies. Now, what does it mean? It means that what? Whenever you have the product of two things, okay, we want to choose our u. You are choosing your u, and then the other one will now be the v. These are the two things you need. You need u and the v. So we are choosing u. We are choosing u from this point. So L means logarithm. Okay? If logarithm is there, then your u becomes the logarithm. But if logarithm is not there, you go to the next one. P is polynomial. If polynomial is there, you now have that what? U is your polynomial. If polynomial is not there, you go to exponential before trigonometry. So you cannot choose polynomial over logarithm or exponential over this. So it goes this way. So and what are logarithm? Logarithm is if you see normal log or if you see lane, both of them are logarithm. What is polynomial? Polynomial is all those ones that have s squared and then a number, any number like 3. 3 is a polynomial because 3 is same as say 3x is power 0. Okay, so these are polynomial. Exponential is always written as e, exponential. Then trigonometry is all this sine, cos, and the rest of it. Okay, so if you look at this one we have here, you see that we have a polynomial and a logarithm. So we cannot choose this one as our u because logarithm comes before polynomial. So we say that let u be equal to the logarithm I'm seeing here, which is lane x. Then since you have called this one u, automatically this one becomes dv. So dv will now be my 1. Okay, so let me get the 4 things we need is u, v, du, dv. So I have gotten these 2. So the remaining is to get these 2. So to get these 2 means if you differentiate u, you get du. So if I differentiate, du means differentiation of lane x is 1 over x. Okay, now if you integrate dv, you get v. Listen, if you differentiate u, you get du. If you integrate dv, you get v. So we're integrating this. If we integrate dv, that is the integral of 1 dx. So I'm going to have the integration of the v is just v, and integration of 1 is just x. I hope you know the integration of 1 is x. You can go back to my video on integration. So once you have gotten the 4 things you need, then you now write your formula. Your formula said that what? The integral of what? U dv is equal to what? uv minus the integral of what? V du. The formula is very, very simple. If you know that you said u dv here will now just be v du. You get the point. So it's a very simple formula. So let us now put it. This is now the integral of what is my u? My u is ln x times what is my dv? My dv is 1 times 1. You now put your dx there is equal to my u again. My u is ln x times, let me use dot, times what is my v? My v is x, then minus the integral of what is my v again? My v is what? X. What is my du? My du is 1 over x. Okay, so I now have the x. So if you now do this, you now have 1 times MC is empty. So I'm having back my question. The integral of ln x dx. This is my question. Is equal to this times this. Please, x cannot multiply this. So this is a different function. It's going to be x ln x. Don't go and say that it is ln x squared. No, it's not possible. Okay, so it's x ln x. They are different functions. Then minus the integral of these are the same function, though this can cancel this. I'm having the integral of 1 dx. So which is what? X ln x, then minus the integration of 1 is x, then plus the constant. So that is it. So the integration of ln x is what? X ln x minus x. Some people write it like this: x in bracket of what? Ln x minus 1, then plus the constant. If you factorize x, so any of the two is the correct option. So check your option and then pick the correct one. We move to question number 10. Question number 10 said the integral of e raised to power 3x plus 4 dx. Okay, solution. Now I have this. I have the integral of e raised to power 3x plus 4 dx. Now you should know that the integration of e raised to power s is e raised to power s. It doesn't change. But since we have, instead of having e raised to power s, it is now being attached with something. Once it is attached with something, you call it the bracket. You know, in differentiation, it is called, in fact, this is function of a function. Okay, and a function of a function for differentiation said differentiate the bracket times differentiate everything. But in integration said differentiate the bracket, use it and divide the integral of everything. Are you getting me now? That is, integrate everything now, then divide it by the differentiation of the bracket. So if you have the integration of e raised to power something is the same e raised to power that thing, 3s plus 4. Okay, all over. I'm dividing it by, now differentiate this thing here. Instead of having x, something is attached, so it is now a bracket. So differentiation of 3s plus this is just giving me 3. So you now just put here plus a constant. So very simple. You get it? So the integration of maybe 4x is simply what? Differentiation of 4x is 4. Keep it in the denominator. Differentiation of e raised to power something is still e raised to power that thing. So it doesn't change. Please watch my video on integration to understand this. So this is my answer. So check the correct option for your own. So question number 11. Question number 11 said let A in bracket of 3 bracket 14 and B in bracket of minus 1 comma 8 be the coordinate of a line AB. Then I say the point C, which is x comma y, beyond but along AB, such that AC is to BC is 2:1. Okay, now whenever you hear beyond but along, it means external division. But if you hear within is what? Internal division. So if you have not watched my video on straight line, Please watch it. Coordinate geometry, straight line. Please watch it. So solution. Now the formula for external division is you have for external division you have I think it's subtraction. Yes. Why internal division is to add. Yes, very, very correct. So I'm going to have that to get your x is equal to what? X2 Rx2 plus, sorry, minus, because it's external, minus x1 all over r minus 1. To get your y will not be the same thing, ry2 minus y1 all over what? R minus 1. So this is for your what? For external division. But internal division is just to change it to plus. To get your x for internal division is what? Rx2 plus x1 all over r plus 1. So y will not be what? Ry2 plus y1 all over r plus 1. Then if it is to get the midpoint is an internal division whereby your r is 1. So for midpoint, if you put 1 here, you now have just x 1 times this is the same thing. So for midpoint will now just be x2 plus x1 all over 1 plus 1 is 2 all over 2. Okay, then to get that is to get your x. To get your y will now be what? Y2 plus y1 all over 2. So this one is for the midpoint, to get the middle point. Okay, now this your r is the ratio, and the ratio they gave us is 2:1. So to get our r, so our r is equal to what? 2 over 1 is to means over, which is what? 2 over 1 is 2. So let us now put it. So you now call this is your what? X1 y1 x2 y2. Okay, so to get this one for s, I'm going to say r, which is what? 2 in bracket of my x2 is minus 1, then minus my x1 is 3 all over 2 minus 1. So for my y is going to be r, which is what? 2 in bracket of what? 8, then minus what? 14 all over what? 2 minus 1. So I'm going to have this time this is minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 will give you minus 5. Minus 5 over 1, which is what? Minus 5. Okay, for this one is 18 minus 4 will give you, sorry, 16 minus 4 will give you 2. That is 2 over 1, which is what? 2. So my point, the point beyond but along is now what? C. You tell them that C in bracket of s comma y is equal to what? X first, which is minus 5 comma what? 2. So minus 5 comma 2 is the correct option for question number 11. Minus 2 comma 5, sorry, minus 5 comma 2, that is option B from my own. So check your own option. So question number what? Question number 12. Question number 12 said the line L1 which passed through the points P in bracket of 2 comma 10, which pass through the point, and Q in bracket of minus 2 comma 2 is parallel to another line L2 comma, then the slope of L2 is dash. Okay, solution. Now the first thing we need to get is the slope of L1, and to get the slope of L1, let's call it M1. M1 is the slope of L1, and since we have 2 points, it is 2-point slope, which is what? Y2 minus y1 all over what? X2 minus x1. That is change in y over change in x. That is slope. If you can remember your graph, or you can watch my video on straight line, you will see that. So you call the first one x1 y1 x2 y2. So we do that. My x2, which is what? 2 minus 10 all over minus 2 minus 2. So I'm going to have 2 minus this will give you minus 8 over minus 4, which will give you just 2. Okay, now since we got that the slope here is 2, sorry, slope of the first line M1. Okay, now we tell them that since line L1 line L1 is parallel to line L2. It says that their slope must be equal. When two lines are parallel to each other, their slope must be equal. So we say that what? M1 must be equal to M2. And my answer is 2. So the slope of L2 is the same as the slope of L1, and which is what? 2. So 2 is the correct option. Option C, according to my own. So check your own. So question number 13. See that this math 102 is the simplest math you can ever think of. Very, very simple. So question number 13. Question number 13 said the slope of the line 3x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0 is dash. Solution. Now 3x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. Now slope, they told us that what? Slope is the coefficient of x when you make y subject of the formula. So if I want to make y subject of formula, means I'm going to move y to be here. Y should stay alone. So if y is staying alone, I'm going to have the what? 3x plus 5 staying this side is equal to minus y crossing here to have just 0 plus y. So which is what? Y is equal to 3x plus what? Plus 5. And the coefficient of x here is 3. So my slope is equal to 3. Very simple. Slope is the coefficient of x when you make y subject of the formula. Or another way to solve this is what? Slope means dy dx. So I have that what? That 3x minus y plus 5 is equal to 0. So differentiate. I think it's implicit differentiation. Differentiation of 3x is just 3. Differentiation of minus y is minus dy dx. Differentiation of a constant is 0 is equal to differentiation of another constant is 0 is equal to 0. So collect like terms. I have that 3 is equal to this one moving here, dy dx. So you see that dy dx, which is the same as slope, is equal to what? 3. The same answer. So watch my video on differentiation to understand better. Okay. So question number 14. Question number 14 said the equation of the circle, whose coordinates at the center and radius are respectively 0, minus 3 and root 3 is what? Okay. Now solution. Now you want to get you know that center of a circle will represent a h, k, and which they told us that is what? 0, minus 3, which shows that h is equal to 0 and k is equal to minus 3, and they gave us the radius r. The radius r is equal to root what? Root 3. And I know that the equation of a circle is simply x squared plus y squared minus 2hx minus 2ky plus h squared plus k squared minus r squared is equal to 0. So you need to know this thing. You need to know this formula. In coordinate geometry, the only problem we have with coordinate geometry is formula everywhere. So this is the formula of a circle. So let us now put in everything. You now have what? X squared plus y squared minus 2 in bracket of 0, you put x, minus 2 in bracket of minus 3, you put y, then plus 0 squared plus minus 3 squared, then minus what? Root 3 squared is equal to 0. The only thing you are substituting is just your h, k, and r. And then you have gotten your answer. So my answer is what? x squared plus y squared. Anything times 0 is gone. So I'm having that minus is plus. So plus 6y. This is gone. This will give you plus 9. This will give you minus 3 is equal to 0. So 9 minus 3 will give you 6. So I'm just having 6 here. Okay. So my answer is x squared plus y squared plus 6y plus 6 is equal to 0. So that is my own answer, which is option, I think option C. You can check your own to cross check. Okay. If the option is not there, then you now put that is not there. But this is the correct option. So my own said that the answer is not in the option. So you pick according to, because in the question, in the option, they will tell you that pick F or pick E if the option is not there. So if the option is not there, you pick your E. So question number 15. I think I'm going to stop at 20 for this video, then we'll move to the next video. So option 15 said equation of the circle passing through the points P in bracket of 2, 1, Q in bracket of 4, 3, and R in bracket of 0, -3 is, this is one of the questions that takes time, okay, because it will lead to a simultaneous equation of 3 equation and 3 unknown. So, but let us just solve it. I have already solved it in my video on circle, so you can go and watch my video on circle to understand it better. So, solution. Now, the equation of a circle, we're going to use the standard one, and the standard one says what? X squared plus y squared minus 2hx minus 2hx minus 2ky plus c is equal to 0. This is the standard equation of a circle. We have the 3 of them. Okay, so now you now say that at point P, which is 2, 1, anything point means x and y. So this is your x and this is your y. So let us put it here to have what? This is 2 squared plus 1 squared minus 2h in bracket of 2 minus 2k in bracket of 1, then plus c is equal to 0. So here is 5. 5 minus 4h minus 2k plus c is equal to 0. So I'm going to have 4h plus what? 2k. I'm moving everybody to this side. This one move to this side. I have 4h plus 2k minus c is equal to, I'm leaving this one here, 5. Equation 1. Okay, I've gotten equation 1. Now do the same thing again at point, the second point Q, and Q is what? 4, 3. If you put it here, you are putting back in this equation. We are putting it here in this equation star. Let me call it equation star. So if you put it here, I'm going to have 4 squared plus 3 squared minus 2h in bracket of 4 minus 2k in bracket of 3 plus c is equal to 0. So I'm going to have 16 plus 9. 16 plus 9, 25. So I'm going to have 25 here. 25, then I'm having minus 8h minus 6k plus c is equal to 0. So moving everybody here, I'm going to have 8h plus 6k minus c is equal to what? 25. Equation 2. Okay, so to get your equation 3, you tell them at the last point, at point R, which is what? 0, -3. I'm going to have the what? Substitute in this same equation, 0 squared plus minus 3 squared minus 2h in bracket of 0 minus 2k in bracket of minus 3 plus c is equal to 0. So I'm going to have here, here is giving me 9. So 9 minus 0h, okay, plus 6k plus c is equal to 0. So we now have that what? 0h minus 6k. I want to move everybody. Okay, so let me have that this is 0 does not affect anything. So let me say that this is gone. So I have 6k plus c is equal to this one moving here minus 9, equation 3. Okay, so let me put it 0h. It does not change anything. So if you solve equation 1, 2, 3 simultaneously, you have to solve equation 1, 2, 3 simultaneously. Okay, so you tell them solving equation 1, 2, 3 simultaneously. I'm going to have that my h is equal to, that is why you need a good calculator. If you punch it in calculator, not to waste your time, you have that h is equal to 2, k is equal to 3, and c is equal to 9. Now, since you have gotten your h, k, and c, come back and put it in that equation. You now have that the equation is now what? X squared plus y squared minus 2 in bracket of 2x minus 2 in bracket of 3y plus 9 is equal to 0. So which is what? X squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 0. So that is the equation of the circle. See, it is simple because I did not start solving simultaneous equation. I've solved it before, and this is the answer I got. So you can try it. That's solving equation, simultaneous equation of 3 equation and 3 unknown. If you don't know how to solve it, go and watch my video on simultaneous equation. Okay, that's first semester video. Yes. So question number what now? I think question number 17. Or question number 16 rather. Question number 16 said given that 2y squared minus 16y plus 6x is equal to minus 29, then I say then its vertex is dash. Solution. Now this is a parabolic equation. How do I know that it's a parabola? A parabolic equation is the equation that one of the variable will be squared and there is no place you will see x and y together. You see that the variables I have here is x and y, and it's only y that it is squared, and there is no place I can see x and y together. So it's a parabolic equation, and this parabola is parallel or facing what? Your x. It is parallel to the side that does not have x, or you can say that it is facing the side that does not have square. Sorry, you see x does not have square, so this parabola is parallel to x, or you say that this parabola is facing x. Okay, so having this now, so what do we do? Let us solve it. We want to find the vertex, and don't forget that vertex is what? The vertex of a parabola is the center, which is what? The midpoint. That is what? H and k. We need our h and k. So let us solve. I have what? 2y squared minus 16y plus 6x minus what? So is equal to minus 29. Okay, let me move this to this side. Let me leave those people that have squared one place. So I have 2y squared minus 16y is equal to minus 6x minus 29. Okay, if I factorize this, I'm going to have that 2 outside in bracket of what? Y squared minus 8y is equal to what? Minus 6x minus 29. Now, I am not really factorizing here. I want to use completing the square method. I did not really factorize. I just brought out the coefficient of x outside, the coefficient of y squared. Because before you do completing the square, the coefficient of y must be 1. Okay? So since I brought out the coefficient, if you look at inside here now, the coefficient is 1. So I can do completing the square method inside this place. And what is completing the square? Completing the square said find half of the coefficient of that y, square it, and then add it to both sides. So what is the coefficient of y? Not coefficient of y squared, but coefficient of y. Coefficient of y here is minus 8. So I'm going to say half of that minus 8, I will square it. Half of minus 8 is what? Minus 4. I will square it. So I have gotten half of it squared. So I will now carry this thing and add it to both sides. So I have what? 2 in bracket of y squared minus 8y, then plus, I'm adding here, plus minus 4 all square. I've added here is equal to what? Minus 6x minus 29. Okay, I'll add to this place. I've added here, so let me add here plus. Now what I'm adding here is not just this minus 4x squared. There is 2 outside, so what I'm adding is put that 2 outside and then still put it minus 4 all squared. Okay, so I'm having that 2. Now you know what we do here. Now this one is out, so I open bracket and put only the people that have squared, put it in the house and put my squared outside, so that if you clear this thing squared, you must get this. It's a must. Just pick this one that have squared, pick this one that have squared, then put a bracket, put their squared outside, showing that everybody inside this bracket has squared. Then throw away this one. Okay, if you open this one will still come back. So it's equal to what? Minus 6x minus 29 plus 16 plus 2 is 32. 16 times 2, sorry, is 32. So I'm having 32. So this is what? 2 in bracket of y minus 4 squared is equal to minus 6x. So 32 minus 29 plus 3 So I'm having plus 3. Okay. So I want this one to stay alone. So I'm going to have y minus 4 all squared is equal to what? Minus 6x over 2 plus 3 over 2. Dividing everybody by 2. So my equation becomes y minus 4 all squared is equal to what? Minus 3x plus what? 3 over. Okay, sorry. We need to factorize. Let us factorize. If we bring out 3 over 2, let us factorize by bringing out 3 over 2. Okay, let me first of all factorize before dividing. Okay, let me factorize. I have 2 in bracket of y minus 4 all squared is equal to, what is common here is 3 is common. So if I bring out 3, or let me say minus 3, if I bring out minus 3, I'm going to have, no, I'm bringing out the coefficient of this one. Let me bring out the coefficient of this one, minus 6. If I bring out minus 6, I'm going to have x minus, divide everybody by that minus 6. 3 divided by minus 6 will give you minus half. Okay, you have to bring out this. Okay, so now divide everybody by, I want to bring that, let these two come down, divide by 2. If I divide by 2, I'm going to have y minus all squared will give you minus 6 over 2 in bracket of what? X minus 1 over 2. Like this. This and this will give you 3. So y minus 4 all bracket square is equal to what? Minus 3 in bracket of x minus 1 over 2. So why do I need to leave it in this form? Is because the parabolic equation said y minus k all squared is equal to 4p in bracket of x minus 8. You see, they have to look alike so that you see that what? Minus k is equal to what? That minus 4. So the minus cancel minus, my k is equal to 4. And what? Minus h is equal to that minus half. So that this take care of this, my h is equal to what? Half. So the center which is h comma k is equal to what? Half comma 4. Half comma 4. You may not understand it by this just one question. So just watch my video on parabola. Okay, that is where I solve numerous questions, and then you will understand it better. Okay, so the next question is question number 17. Question number 17 said the latus rectum of the parabola in number 16 is dash. Solution. Now, latus rectum of a parabola, the latus rectum of a parabola is absolute value of 4p. Absolute value of 4p. Okay, so according to this place, you see that our 4p is simply the 4p. The 4p outside is equal to the minus 3 that is outside. So the latus rectum here is what? The absolute value of minus 3. And absolute value said I don't need minus. So the latus rectum is just 3. Very simple. Right? So question number 18. Question number 18 said I have x plus 2 all squared all over 4 plus y minus 1 all squared all over 9 is equal to 1. Okay, now then I said that then the semi-minor axis is dash. The semi-minor axis, we need, okay, they said then find the semi-minor axis. Okay, now if you look at this is an ellipse equation. What is it, an ellipse equation? An ellipse equation is an equation whereby the both variable has squared and there is no place you have x and y. Okay, and then just that the coefficient of x squared and y squared must not be the same. It must not be the same. You can watch my video on ellipse to understand better. That is one. Then
when it is in this form, the ellipse is parallel to the side that has the higher denominator. Is parallel to the side that has the higher denominator. So this parabola is parallel to y because y has the higher denominator. Okay, so we will now have that our minor axis is the small one, while the major axis is the bigger one. Okay, so we now have that 1 minute. Where is the question? Okay, so this is that way. We now have the parabola is going to be in this form. So we're going to take the one that has the bigger one first. So I'm going to have y minus 1 all squared all over. Instead of writing 9, I will write it as 3 squared. Okay, or let me leave it as 9. Let me leave it as 9 plus x minus h all squared all over 4 is equal to 1. And not parabola. And Ellipse equation said y minus k all squared all over a squared plus x minus h. Sorry, this is 2. All squared all over b squared is equal to 1. Okay, so we say that what a squared is equal to 9 and b squared is equal to 4. So a is now the square root of 9, which is 3, and b is equal to the square root of 4, which is 2. Okay, so you now see that what the minor axis is what the smaller one, which is 2b, which is what 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, while the major axis is what 2a. The major axis is equal to what 2a, which is what 2 times 3, which is what 6. But what they are asking us is the semi. They say we should find the semi minor axis. Semi minor axis is simply that b, while the semi major axis is simply a. So the semi minor axis is what 2. So 2 is the semi minor axis, while the semi major axis is 3. So that is that. Please watch my video on ellipse to understand better. Watch my video on ellipse to understand better. So question number what? Question number 19. We're almost done with this video. Question number 19 said the major axis of the major axis of the ellipse of number 18 is dash. So the major axis I've told you now is what 2a, and which is what the major axis is 2a, which is 2 times 3, which is 6. So that is the major axis. It's very, very simple. So question, but if it is semi major axis, it's just a, which is 3. So but they said the major axis. Okay, so the last question here said if x minus 1 all squared over 16 minus y minus 2 all squared over what 16 is equal to 1. Now then I say find the center of the parabola, the hyperbola. Find the center of the hyperbola. Now, how do you do a hyperbolic equation? A hyperbolic equation looks like an ellipse equation. The only difference is that in ellipse equation, they have both signs. Like if it is plus, it should be plus. The x squared, watch the difference between ellipse and hyperbola. Ellipse, then hyper. Now in ellipse, x squared and y squared must have the same sign. If it here is plus, here will be plus. If here is minus, here will be minus. They will have the same sign, but they will not have the same coefficient. What do I mean? If here is 2, here can never be 2. Here will be another thing. They have the same sign, but not the same coefficient. Okay, but in hyperbola is that what their sign must not be the same. Okay, so x squared and y squared must not have the same sign. Whether they have the same number is not my business. The only thing I should know is that what if here is minus, here will be plus. If here is plus, here will be minus. Okay, so that is that. And then the hyperbola is parallel to the side that has that is positive. It's parallel to the side that is positive. You see, so for you to know where it is parallel to, it means that one of them has to be negative, the other one will be positive. So let us solve this equation. It says we should find the center, and if you have a parabola said s squared minus h all squared over a squared minus y minus k all squared over b squared is equal to 1. So comparing this, I will have the what? Minus h inside there. Sorry, not squared here. This is minus h here is equal to what? Minus 1 to show that h is equal to 1. And minus k is equal to what? Minus 2 to show that k is equal to 2. So center is simply h comma k, which is what? 1 comma 2. As simple as that. So thank you very much for watching. We'll continue the video. We'll continue the question from the next video. So like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.